am very much a believer that how you present yourself, both orally and written, is a reflection of your thoughtfulness, of your education, of your knowledge, and your willingness to meet people halfway.
I think communication is actually core to all ideation. It's fine to come up with an idea, but if you can't effectively communicate it, it's really useless.
I could uncover the most powerful, revelatory piece of information ever known to man in my research, but if I'm not packaging it up in such a way that others can really carry it forward and do things that matter to them in their work, the brilliance of whatever those ideas may be tends to fade pretty quickly.
Being in the PR world, in the communications field, every day I am writing to someone, or I'm working on a press release, or my department, we get to be content creators as well as helping others create content.
Dogs of Instagram and Lucy & Co. are oftentimes looked to as kind of like industry leaders, and we are recognized for our voice, and we're super, super intentional about the voice and the message that we're delivering for both those businesses.
Being able to communicate is important in every job, and I've heard from so many people who studied the same thing that I did but went into another field that their supervisors are impressed with how they're able to communicate and express themselves.
Having an economics degree and going on to first work in finance before starting Dogs of Instagram and Lucy & Co., I thought I was going to be crunching numbers for the rest of my life, and at most writing an email that goes along with a report. But I do more writing in my job than anything else.
Your written communication can reveal so much about your thought process and how you see the world and how you make sense of the world.
At the core of both of our businesses is oral and written communication. So much of what we're doing at Dogs of Instagram is writing out captions and communicating with our audience of 4 million. And then at Lucy & Co., the success of that business is rooted in how effective we can communicate as marketers.
And beyond marketers, we have to communicate with a lot of other stakeholders. I have to be able to communicate well with my audience through marketing, but I also have to be able to communicate well through my manufacturing contact in Los Angeles to get our product made.
As an attorney, you really have to know your audience. If I'm talking to a client, I'm going to say things very differently than I would say to a judge.
Technology is changing all the time, and the way that people share stories is changing all the time. So we have to come up with new ways to keep people interested and keep them involved in the story.
Everything I ever read was in the form of a narration of some sort. Yes, there are facts and figures, but in order to put those facts and figures into context, you have to string it through a story. We're all very critical in how we hear things, and we're always trying to place those new pieces of knowledge in our prior experiences as well. So if you have an understanding of that's actually how people grasp and hold on to ideas, it gives you a leg up to know that that's actually how you should deliver an idea then.
For us, as a global company, we communicate with folks across the globe every single day, almost every hour of the day. And dealing with and communicating with multicultural folks where English is definitely not their first language can sometimes be challenging. So I am constantly looking at the words that I put in an email. Does this make sense? Are there underlying tones to this message that could be misconstrued? Is my voice powerful? Are my wishes being properly communicated? Am I being thoughtful with my words so that the end reader is able to understand them?
Our captions on Instagram are very strategic and they're carefully crafted, and we know that to capture people's attention in all of the clutter and noise that you experience day in and day out, you have to choose your words carefully.
The competency of oral communication that I developed through the theater arts really helped in my public presentations, whether they're small with just a small group of customers in a room, or whether it's leading a large venue.
Oftentimes I am asked to present in front of large groups of people, and my communication skills definitely have set me up for success in what could be an unnerving situation and have allowed me to really flourish under those situations.
And this could be 10,000 people in the room and hundreds of thousands of people streaming online. And having that competency for oral communications really helped me be able to deliver those messages.
Every situation is going to be different. You always talk to different people about different things. So learning how to continually adjust my style for different people and different topics has been a really valuable skill.
In our writing, we go through lots of iterations to find the message that's going to hit with the most success. So I would definitely say that CLA helped us be comfortable with the process of going through writing something and being okay with taking some feedback from a team member when your message is missing the mark.
Is this the best pairing of words? Is this the best way for me to express my point of view, to express how I'm feeling? Is this the best way for me to express what I'm trying to say? And that has stuck with me for 20 plus years.